January in Las Vegas. Kevin Porter did a little presentation at the end, and he kind of showed the little Don Vela napkin presentation. Anybody ever seen that? You know what I'm talking about? Well, it's something that I for a long time I knew about, but I thought, no, I don't know. But I want to kind of put this into perspective, because the whole purpose is how to be able to show somebody how to do this business in a way that they can emotionally relate to, okay? So in order to do this in the proper way, I got to set the stage. And the first thing is I really want you to start thinking about the difference between preferred customers and associates, okay? How many of you have been in network marketing before ASEA? All right, quite a few of you, okay? So here's the way it's been. I've been in the industry for about 30 years, and it's been pretty much like this the whole time. You get through the product, people are excited about the product. If you've shared them a presentation that really does it justice, I don't believe there's a single person in this world, if they knew what ASEA did for them, that they wouldn't be using it. You agree? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we need to be able to share that information, but once that happens, okay, generally what follows afterwards is, well, do you want to get it at wholesale or retail, right? Okay? I mean, so that's what people are saying. You want to buy it wholesale or retail. And what is the purpose of that? Okay? It's kind of like, a little underlying strategy to put somebody into the business as an associate. But guess what? There's a lot of people out there that really, really want to use our product, and they really have zero interest. They're not in the cycle of their life or their business, or for whatever reason where they are ready to get involved in a network marketing business. So what happens is you put them in the business, you make them an associate, you say you can get it at wholesale. If you become an associate, you put them in the business, right? Okay? But what happens is now there's this underlying expectation. There's this resistance that starts to happen because you're hoping that they're going to actually turn into a networker. And do they want to be? Not necessarily, right? So I want you to start thinking about, out of the people you're talking to in the course of your activity, when people give you the signs and signals that they are interested in looking at the business, fine, put them in the business. But if you are clearly having a situation, and this happens a lot, and by the way, this is great for practitioners and people that have very completely different motivations and intentions in working with people relative to helping them in their health as opposed to, sorting them for the business. But if you've got people that want to be preferred customers, put them in, okay? Because it allows people to use the business, to use the product and enjoy it, and not have this subconscious resistance that you are going to try and convert them into somebody to go out there and start building the business and start asking for them to call people and all the things that people necessarily, or not necessarily, but have in their mindset as far as engaging in and doing anything relative to this industry. So you don't even need to talk about business with these folks once you know that they're prospects for the product. But you know what? It's not only good for them, it's also good for you. Now, why is that? Okay? Well, first off, let's take a look at how much you earn when you do the other thing. When you go ahead and you say, okay, Harry, I'm going to buy it wholesale or retail. And he says, well, wholesale, of course, right? I mean, who's going to say retail if you ask him that question? And then I say, well, it's really easy, you're just going to, for a $40 startup kit, put you into the program, and you'll be able to buy it at cost from there on out. Harry's got zero interest in building the business. I put him in, and guess what happens? Okay, when his auto shipment comes up, how much volume's on an auto shipment for a distributor? It's 100, right?
No.
See, this thing doesn't have a little hop. Oop, okay, well. So somewhere in here there's a laser, right? Aha. Okay, so 100 points. How much do you get on 100 points, right? 10%? If they're on your lesser league, okay, you get $10 when an associate places a case for an order. But look what happens on a preferred customer. You get $25 on their preferred customer commission. Plus, there's 50 points of BV. Oop. I'll get this working. And so 10% of that's another $5. You're getting 3 times the amount of money on the preferred customer than you are on an associate if they're on the side where you're getting the 10%. Okay? So we're out there, we're putting people in as associates that really aren't ready to be associates, and we're wondering where the money is, right? Does anybody ever kind of make the mistake of doing that? Has anybody ever put somebody in the business that they really should have been a preferred customer? I know I have. Okay? Now that's not to say that I'm not looking for associates. I absolutely am. Everybody here in the room is. Okay? You can always convert them later. They have a wonderful product experience. They say, you know, I've got some people that are really interested in this. Is there a way I can make money on it? Well, that's a signal that they're ready to be an associate. Okay? But putting them in to do that. Now, the other side of the coin is when you're in the business or you sponsor somebody in the business, they're on auto shipment. What's your first objective? Your first objective is to have them making enough money that they cover their auto shipment. Okay? That's retention. You help somebody, you have 5 preferred customers, okay? Their auto shipment's covered. 5 times $25, 125 plus the volume. Retail volume, whether it's preferred customer or full retail, always gets paid out in your lesser leg. Always, okay? Assuming that your team commission qualified. That means that you got an active left and right, and you're active. But, so now, okay, you're making $150 with 5 customers. Your auto shipment's covered. Do you think that person's going to go away? No, you're going to have them. They're using a product they like. They don't have to reach into their pocket every month to pay for it. That is retention. That's really, really important, okay? So, once you help somebody achieve their auto shipment for free, then the next step is getting them to bronze. Because bronze is the level where it really starts becoming interesting. Is it total financial freedom? Not yet, okay? But you're on your way. So how do you become bronze? You need to have at least 2,000 points on each side, okay, in the same week. And you need to have 2 qualified Director 300 legs. I'm not going to be teaching you on the comp plan right now, but I want you to just focus for a second on bronze, okay? So, how do you do it? How do you do it? Well, can you find 2 people? Okay? I mean, if it took you 10 months, a year, can you find 2 people? Yeah, you think so? I mean, come on. Okay? You help them get there too, who get there too. You got 16 people on the 4th level. We're just talking about emotionally doable chunks here, something that you can imagine. We can't necessarily, if you're talking to a new person that isn't really been around the industry, they have a hard time imagining, 40, 50 levels deep and thousands of people. But you think that it's possible to imagine 30 people? Okay? So you got a total of 30 people in your first 4 levels. We're only talking about paying attention to your first 4 levels. Okay, well, if everybody went out and developed 10 preferred customers, okay, let's say it's 1 a month, and you get 2 months off. So you got 10 in a year, let's say that. But the key is that if you lose a preferred customer, if they turn into an associate or for whatever reason, replace them, but you keep 10 preferred customers, that's the key, then what happens? Okay, you got 30 people, okay, times 10 preferred customers. Each preferred customer on an auto shipment is 50 points. You got 15,000 BV a month coming into your business, okay? Plus, you got the 30 people themselves at 100. That's a total of 18,000 points a month coming into your business. Just with 30 people, each with 10 customers. Okay? That's not going out there and saying, I need to get 3,000 people. So, if you got 18,000 points a month coming into your business, let's say that half of them is on each side of your binary. Okay? Now you got 9,000 on each side. That's for the month. So if you divide it by 4, now you're at 2,250 on each side for each week. Now, how many of you would like to be qualified every week as a bronze? Okay? Do you think that this is achievable? I mean, seriously. So now you got $22.50 on each side, and you also got